Good afternoon. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins, and we are here at the Healing Garden at Ridge Road Park as a solemn tribute to every Westchester County resident who has died by suicide. I want to make sure first to recognize the folks that are with us this afternoon as we continue to have this plaque dedication ceremony today. We certainly have the Deputy County Executive with us, Richard Wishney. We have White Plains Mayor Tom Roach. We have representing Congressman George Latimer, Ellen Hendricks, who is also a town council member here in the town of Greenburgh. We will hear from the chair of the Board of Legislators, Vidat Gashi. We'll hear from legislator Nancy Marr. And we are certainly joined, and we will hear from Michael Orth, our Commissioner of Community Mental Health. And certainly here in Ridge Road Park, we're going to hear from Commissioner Kathy O'Connor. September is Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, and it's a time to pause, reflect, and remember the lives that we've lost while showing care and support for those who are still struggling. Today's plaque dedication is an opportunity for us to do that by having that solemn tribute to every Westchester resident who has died by suicide. I would like to start by thanking our partners in this effort, the Westchester County Department of Community Mental Health with Commissioner Michael Orr and his team that is here with us, the Westchester County Parks Department, Commissioner Kathy O'Connor, and everyone that continues to make sure that we have the park looking not as wonderful as it does, but to make sure that the space is maintained appropriately. From NAMI of Westchester, our Executive Director, Marie Constantine, who will be speaking to us momentarily as well. And the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, it's AFSP. Those are our partners that are helping us today. You know, we're all standing together today with survivors, family members, and advocates to send the message that we are committed to creating a community where every life is valued and every person feels supported. The Healing Garden was created as a place of peace and comfort, where families and friends can come together to remember loved ones, find solace, and to know that they're not alone. With today's edition of this plaque, that we'll unveil at the conclusion of this press conference, we hope to provide an even deeper sense of healing, offering space not only for grief, but also for cherishing the joyful memories of those we miss. Suicide prevention is about more than awareness. It's about reminding every person that help is here, hope is possible, and no one has to suffer in silence. Resources like the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, which we highlighted earlier in a public service announcement earlier this month, can save lives. It's available 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and that can help save lives. Together, we're going to remember those we've lost and honor them by continuing to fight for hope, healing, and prevention. With that, I'm going to ask our Commissioner of Community Mental Health, Michael Orth, to come up and share his thoughts. Michael.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here this afternoon. Today is truly a milestone occasion in the creation of our Healing Garden. Our County Executive Appointed Advisory Committee first met on October 19th, 2021, with the goal of creating, and I quote from the meeting minutes, a special site that embodies peace, tranquility, reflection, and remembrance. We gather today, 4 years later, in this peaceful garden with the final cornerstone in place, our plaque as a way to honor the memory of individuals who died as a result of suicide. I would like to acknowledge the efforts of several of our advisory board members who are here with us today, Marie Constantine from NAMI Westchester, Ellen Hendricks, Aviva Meyer from the County Exec's Office, Parks Commissioner Kathleen O'Connor and her tremendous staff, our Department of Community Mental Health team, and our Suicide Prevention Coalition. We have many members as well here with us this afternoon. And also my sincere gratitude to the generous contributions and support of Westchester Parks Foundation and the Executive Director, Joe Stout, and the support of Marie Iadoni from American Foundation Suicide Prevention and our Board of Legislators. Of course, special thank you and acknowledgement to our County Executive, Ken Jenkins, for his leadership, his support in the creation of the Healing Garden, and always making mental health and wellness a top priority for all of our county residents. As you can see behind us, this year we have 63 butterflies in the garden, each butterfly representing a resident who died by suicide in 2024. While deaths of suicide have decreased in Westchester County over the past 2 years, every life matters, and there is still more we can do. And as the county executive mentioned, this being September National Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, we encourage all of us to spread 988 across all of our communities and everywhere we go. We can all make a difference in offering hope and saving lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Orth. Up next, we will bring up the person who makes sure that everything happens right here as far as taking care of our healing garden, Commissioner Kathy O'Connor.
Thank you very much, County Executive Ken Jenkins. When we were talking about where to have this park, a lot of different places came to the discussion, but I think we nailed it by being here for a number of reasons. We're centrally located. It doesn't cost anything to come here, and there's a certain serenity. And people always say, what's your favorite park? I don't have a favorite park. They're all different. But this park absolutely lends itself to why we're here. And when we picked this site, I have to thank the staff. Mark Porter is our superintendent here. Under him is Curtis Thigpen, who's also, he's videotaping. Where is that going to be shown, Curtis? Bottom line is the whole staff. It was a team effort as usual. And something that I'm so proud of is the stone wall that, if you remember when we first looked, that this stone wall went that way. And I know they were probably saying nice things about me when I drove away, but I said, that would be a perfect way to enclose this area. It also didn't cost anything, so that was really a home run. But we so love this spot, and it will be a work in progress as money comes in through donations, as different things that we can do on our own as the Parks Department. We will make it even better and even more beautiful each year. There's serenity, as we said, there's serenity that happens here for everybody. Not just people that have lost people through suicide, but what we're finding, and I've had different comments of people that you can see, people work out. They love the walk. There's no traffic. There's nobody bothering them. But they're also reading about what NAMI is and what this is. And now the plaque will really give it the home run that it was necessary. We were doing it handwritten, and now through, as Michael Orth mentioned, through the Westchester Parks Foundation, Joe Stout, they paid for the plaque, and that was a donation. They certainly don't want to be reimbursed for it. So Marie, that was a nice thing that we just found out. But anyway, I'm so proud of the staff. They take everywhere we have a park, they take tremendous pride in it. And this is just one more place that people come here and sit, reflect. If you don't remember, the 2 benches that are here were made by an Eagle Scout with his dad. And so there's something to really think about with every part of this park and every part of this area, the Healing Garden. So thank you to NAMI. Thank you to everybody. It's also become the home run, the home place for the walk that you do. And people really, really enjoy being here. So thank you. County Executive Ken Jenkins has been so supportive of our department. I couldn't ask for a better team member for the County Parks Department, as well as the Board of Legislators, Vidat Gashi, and all the legislators. We represent lots of different people in lots of different places, and they do take tremendous pride in their areas. So we really appreciate it. And Ellen Hendricks, thank you for all your guidance, especially putting this together. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Connor. And as was pointed out, we don't do anything alone. We always make sure that from a partnership perspective, we have our County Board of Legislators. And we're going to hear from all three that are here. We're going to start with the Chairman of the Board of Legislators, Vedant Gashi. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I'm going to start by thanking again County Executive Ken Jenkins for bringing together such a meaningful group of people for such an important event. I want to thank again Commissioner O'Connor, Commissioner Orth, and Mary Considine from NAMI, and obviously everybody who worked together to make this happen. It doesn't happen by itself. We take the credit, we come here and we celebrate it. But really, it's the efforts of these people working together that we're able to have this event today. And today, we're honoring both loss and resilience. The plaque is a lasting memory that no one in our community should face mental health struggles alone or in silence. The 63 butterflies represent lives lost, but they also stand for transformation, and the love that families and friends can continue to carry forward. The garden offers a place of reflection, healing, and hope. Let's also remind everyone that there is help available. There are resources like 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline available, and that it's our shared responsibility to reach out, listen, and support one another. Together we can reduce the stigma, raise awareness, and make sure that every person in our community knows that they matter. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
And up next, we would like to bring up the Majority Leader of the Westchester County Board of Legislators, David Imamura.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much to everyone involved in putting this together. I have the great privilege of having this amazing park in my district. And on weekends when I have nothing to do, I bring my kids to county facilities, right? And one of the places we come to is here. And when we walk around, I always make a point of stopping here at the Healing Garden and recognizing to myself, right, the enormous loss that people have experienced in this arena, right? And knowing that we as lawmakers, we as people who can affect policy, have an obligation to recognize the loss, but to also work to ensure that people do not experience this loss going forward. It's something that, as the first Asian American county legislator, a major issue that I'm very aware of is that the number one cause of death for Asian American teenagers is suicide, and that we as a community need to step up and confront that. And so, that's something that I think of every time that I come here and stop by this Healing Garden. So again, I want to thank NAMI, I want to thank the county executive, I want to thank you, Commissioner, and thank everyone so much for all the work they've done in this arena and all the work we will continue to do. Thank you so much.
Up next, we're going to have my friend, County Legislator Nancy Barr, come up and give us and share her thoughts. Nancy.
Okay, a lot of tall people. Okay. First of all, thank you. All the thank yous that have already been said, I'm going to repeat, but not person by person, but I certainly appreciate all of the people and organizations that have made this possible. And I also want to thank, in particular, County Executive Jenkins and his communications team, and Vedant Gashi, our chair, and our communications team for asking me to say a few words today. And I really appreciate it. So, when I attended the official public opening of the Healing Garden in May of 2023, I attended as a county legislator who was a proponent of destigmatizing mental illness, and as the mother of a 28-year-old son who had attempted to take his own life in 2017 at the age of 22. Zachary was always incredibly smart and incredibly sensitive. As a child, he was a favorite of adults, but someone that had a hard time relating to kids his own age. But by the time he graduated from Dartmouth College with an engineering degree, he had a wonderful group of friends and lots of and varied interests. He was captain of the triathlon team there. He was very involved in social justice issues, and he really had sort of come into his own, as they say. That was in 2016. So nothing could have shocked us more than the day in 2017 when Zach went out for a drive from our house and didn't come back. And if this has ever happened to any of you with a 22-year-old child, you probably know that the police will not immediately help you because adults have the right to come and go as they please. After 24 sleepless hours and doing everything we could think of to reach him, we gathered some of our friends at our house to form a search party. Just as we were about to leave the house, the phone rang, and miraculously, it was Zach, who calmly and matter-of-factly said he was okay, he was somewhere in Westchester, and he had called 911 to send someone to help him. The next call we got was from the police, who arrived on the scene, and they told us they were taking him to Northern Westchester Hospital. So we live in Rybrook. That wouldn't be the hospital closest to us, but they do have a great psychiatric team, and he was in that vicinity. So I won't go into all the details about the next 8 years of therapies and treatments that Zach and our family went through. I will say there were many, many ups and downs. I'll also say that during that time, Zach completed a master's degree, got a good job, and met a wonderful woman with a terrific family who he married in May of 2024. So, on that day, in May of 2023, as I listened to the speakers at the Healing Garden, and Ellen, I remember you were one of them, I was so appreciative of the efforts of the county executive and the Department of Community Mental Health and all of the community partners who had conceived of and made this garden a reality. But I did not think it applied to me. I was thinking of how I could have been one of the family survivors, but instead, by the grace of God and lots of people working really, really hard, especially Zach, he had made it. He and Allison were planning a wonderful wedding. They had found a great apartment. They both had good jobs, and so on and so forth. Today, in September of 2025, I'm still a county legislator, and I'm still an advocate for making mental health a priority in our county. But now, I too am a family survivor of a suicide. Zach died on April 23rd, 2025, at the age of 30, 8 years after that first attempt, and 11 months after marrying the love of his life. And Legislator Imamura, you mentioned about the suicides in the Asian American teen community, and I'll say that is, from what I've read, it's the second largest cause of death for people ages 10 to 34 in this country. In fact, according to the CDC, from when it was still collecting information, 49,316 Americans died by suicide in 2023, the equivalent of one death in every 11 minutes. Equally shocking is that there were 1.5 million attempts. And that is so, so important to remember. Too many families have experienced the pain of losing a loved one to suicide, but many others may be able to prevent it in the future if they have the right tools. Which is why we must reduce the stigma around suicide and ensure people know where to turn for help. This year more than ever, it's important for me to spread the word. While the pain is still raw for me and all of Zach's loved ones, I hope that by raising awareness, I can help others so that they never have to experience this grief. I'm so grateful for the support I have had from my colleagues at the Board of Legislators, from the county administration, the county executive, and really everybody that I work with at the board, whether they actually work for the county or if they are outside members such as Marie Considine, who's been lovely and supportive. And I really appreciate the Healing Garden, and thank you to the Parks Department, because it's accessible to all who would like a quiet and peaceful place to reflect and to grieve and to remember their loved ones and to know that they are not alone. Thank you for the opportunity to share Zach's story.
Thank you so much, Legislator Barr, for making sure and sharing with us. And we really appreciate your being able to give us your experience and the words from you, and to let everyone know that there's assistance and resources available with 988 and so many organizations. As the next person we're going to bring up, our Executive Director from NAMI, Marie Considine. Marie.
Thank you, Legislator Barr, for being so candid and sharing your story with us. Less than a year ago, you've lost your son, and it's incredibly heartbreaking and so hard to listen and share your pain, but so much more so to share that story. So thank you for being a wonderful advocate, as you all are who are here. And you're absolutely right that you're not alone. There are resources, there's information, that's what we're all doing here, and that's why we're here. So I just wanted to let you know that it's my honor to represent not only NAMI Westchester, and NAMI means the National Alliance on Mental Illness, but also as co-chair of the Westchester County Suicide Prevention Coalition, which was the group that worked together to create this space. My co-chair, Annette Peters-Ravolo, is here, as well as Barbara Bernstein is another co-chair. The three of us work together, and wonderful members who are organizations and individuals who are fabulous advocates who really came together with the vision to make this happen. During Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, we empathize with those who have taken their lives and their families who have lost their loved ones to suicide, as well as those first responders who are impacted by this trauma. And we rededicate ourselves to supporting, educating, and advocating for prevention strategies and collaborative initiatives to provide help and hope, with a goal of no one going through such terrible pain. Every person should have the mental health education to equip them with life's challenges and know when and where to get help. In such a diverse county as Westchester and New York State, we really must have cultural competent and trauma-informed programming that can reach all of our communities. As you'll see behind me, if there's a little breeze, the pinwheels will move. And the reason for that, sometimes we use butterflies, sometimes we use pinwheels, we use both, because they move, because their lives go on in all of us. And that's how we remember them, remember that their lives and the way that they've influenced us. I'd like to thank County Executive Jenkins, as well as his predecessor, George Latimer, who were wonderful supporters of this initiative. This park and this little area here is really a sanctuary. And as was said by Kathy O'Connor, that an Eagle Scout created the benches. He had a personal connection. He lost a family member to suicide. So this project was incredibly meaningful to him. I want to thank our partners, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, who provides us with the pinwheels each year. This year is 63. Every year, we hope that number goes down, and we hope one day not to need any pinwheels. It's going to take all of us working together and teaching and learning and supporting. 988 is the most important thing to remember and share out during Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. County Executive Jenkins mentioned hope, healing, and prevention, and those are the most important things that we can do, is have hope, share healing, and be the healer for others, and really prevent suicide in every which way that we can. And one of those ways is by being an advocate, like Legislator Barr and all of you, to advocate for changes and education. Tonight there will be a forum about New York State bridges and putting means restrictions on those bridges to save lives. So if you are interested in that, let us know. We can get you on board as an advocate. We need your voices. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Marie. At this time, we're going to continue to remind everyone that 988 Suicide Prevention and Crisis Hotline is available. And what we're doing now is we're going to firstly ask our friend Nancy Barr, along with our commissioners and colleagues and Marie, certainly Ellen and everyone else, to come up, members of the task force, to walk together with the Deputy County Executive and all of us to unveil the plaque. We thank everyone, and we want to remind everyone once again that 988 is available for hope and healing and continued persistence, to be able to remove the stigma, to let everyone know that there's hope and help available. Thanks so much. Let's go unveil this plaque.